Good morning.
Open University philosophy exam.
Oh, right. Straight up there and through the door.
Thank you. Morning.
Name?
BULMAN, George.
Initial?
K.
In there. Coat and bags on the table.
Yep.
You're almost late.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was bang on time.
If everyone turned up bang on time, where would we be?
Now, that's a very good question.
Where's George?
Dunno. He sloped off early, looking very furtive.
On a case, is he?
I wish he was. Wish I was.
Business not good, then?
Oh, it would be if we didn't turn down so much.
Well, he won't touch divorce. Don't blame him for that. How's the clock making?
Surprisingly fair. The word seems to be getting around, you know.
Is he any good at that?
Apparently. Of course, he does have the hands of a brain surgeon.
Can you fix that up for me?
Mm-hmm.
Where is he?
I don't know. But he's been sitting up at nights, getting more and more nervous.
Come on, I'll buy you a beer.
I have to get changed, actually.
Rich client.
Ex-tutor from St. Andrews. One of his old students has got himself extremely rich. He's throwing a reception, and Martin's asked me to go with him.
Martin? Martin who?
Borthwaite. Lectures in forensics and criminology.
Never heard of him. Hey, how do you know?
An ex. Now, what did you really come for?
Advice.
That was a nightmare.
Yeah.
How did you do?
Now, that bit about Kant, do you think they wanted a reference to his Mephistophelian dialogue?
I've never heard of it. How about Plato? Did you understand the question?
Well, I chose Marx's theory and the inbuilt inhibitors of dialectic.
My husband will laugh if I fail this exam. Oof, I'm ravenous. Hey, do you like salami?
Yes?
Come on, I'm going to give you lunch. Clock Hospital.
Yeah.
What a lovely business.
Yeah, it has its moments. Oh.
What will you do when you get your degree?
I'll tell you the truth, Gwen. It'll be an embarrassment.
Why?
Well, in my old job, you know, it's a standing joke. George BULMAN studying at Open University. I'd have chucked it in years ago, except...
You want to rub their noses in it.
Precisely.
see you, Martin.
Dick. Lucy McGinty, one-time medieval student. Chucked it all in for some harebrained scheme.
Nice to meet you, Lucy. And welcome.
I keep reading about you in the Financial Times.
What do you do?
Oh, just a bit of commerce, Lucy. Terribly vulgar.
Oh, Richard's into petroleum, sugar, wheat for Russia, aircraft parts for China, and now patron of the arts.
So you keep the wolf from the door?
Just about.
Oh, I really like that.
Well, that's fantastic.
What's fantastic?
Well, this is Fiona. Fiona doesn't like it when I smile at pretty girls.
Hello, I'm Lucy McGinty.
What's fantastic?
Lucy's a private detective. Apprentice.
Terrific. Maybe she could be your bodyguard.
Well, it's not a bad idea.
I have a rehearsal at 3.
Sebastian will drive you.
I can walk.
Sebastian will drive you. You don't know any bodyguards, do you?
Are you serious?
Richard is always serious. Aren't you, darling?
I'm sure I've seen your friend somewhere.
On television. She's a dancer. She does advertisements.
Oh. Now, why would you need a bodyguard?
I think someone might try to kill me.
Come on. Come on, you can't leave that here.
So, why
away.
did you leave the force?
Oh, personal.
I'm sorry.
No, as a woman.
Secretary?
No,
Colleague?
wife of.
Oh. George? Someone important?
Yeah. That bloke over there, actually.
You're trying to get yourself killed. Who's it, Bud?
Oh, that's Gwen. Gwen Thomas. Are you just passing, Jack?
Oh, no, I'm looking for you.
Social, domestic, or pleasure?
I got a bit of bother.
All right.
All right. You'll be in time for your bloody exam.
How do you know about the exam?
I'm a detective, remember?
Essence of criminology is that lateral, rather than a classic jigsaw process. I understand it, honestly. That installation is brilliant.
And a few of the deals I arranged make me personally vulnerable.
Who do you deal with like that?
Red China. A few armaments dealers. Even sugar can get you in lumber if too many people lose too much money.
I don't think you're being frank.
Now tell me about this boss of yours.
George BULMAN, ex-detective chief inspector, New Scotland Yard. Flying squad, Sprittle branch, murder squad, intercity.
Now he's a private eye, mending clocks to pay the rent.
Martin?
He sounds like the man for me.
I wish he was.
Too busy?
No, he wouldn't take a bodyguard job. He solves crime.
Prima donna Dick. Only classic crimes for George. Sees himself as a mixture between Sherlock Holmes and Philip Marlowe.
But he doesn't like Martin.
The feeling's mutual.
500 a week.
I don't want...
Cash.
He's actually not a thug.
I don't want a thug. What I need is an experienced professional to advise me what to do to stay alive over the next 6 months.
think he's serious.
Well, if you can give me some idea of the precise thread.
I will. When I meet this man, Bullman.
Well, I can't see him by.
Good assignment for your firm. We'll travel. West Indies, China, Rome, Africa.
Take it. Better than cuckoo clocks.
Bang on time again.
I got held up.
You're due to go in. Through there, up the stairs, second right.
Thank you.
It's all right, come in. We won't eat you.
Sorry that I'm not on time, gentlemen. The traffic.
Please sit down.
It's not exactly mastermind, is it?
No, I think you'll find us just a little bit more demanding.
You are...
BULMAN, George K.
Not here. Still typical of our office. You have registered, have you?
Oh, yes, I've got all the bumps.
It's all right, Mr. Bullman. Jim? Professor Runcie.
How applicable is Dokuchaev's classification to soil in New South Wales and Queensland?
Put yourself at ease, Mr. Bullman. First question's often a bit off-putting, isn't it? Would you like to move on to question number 2? Right. There are major landslips in Bolivia during road construction due to plasticity of the soil, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would be your reaction to the use of the Casa Grande technique to determine the relevant upper and lower Atterberg limits?
As through an arch, the violent, roaring tide outruns the eye that doth behold his haste. Yet in the eddy boundeth in his pride back to the strait that forced him on so fast. In rage sent out, recalled in rage being past. Even so, his sighs, his sorrows make us soar to push grief on and back the same grief draw.
Remarkable. I never went very much for the Casa Grande technique myself.
You have a strangely personal view of geomorphology, Mr. Bullman.
Yeah. Geomorphology.
Excuse me. Mr. Bullman, you are sitting the wrong examination. English literature is across the hall. You'll be 4 minutes late.
Perfect timing, George.
Well, first time today.
You look shattered. Where have you been?
Philosophy 1 paper. An English lit after lunch with a passing bite at geomorphology. Well, that was a mistake.
Open University.
Closed to me now, I reckon.
So you finally sat an exam.
Finally is the word. You know, I actually went to a geomorphology exam by mistake.
Oh, no. How did you get on? Oh, how did you get on?
Well, philosophy was hard, but I don't think I cocked it up too much. The English, well, you know, they didn't ask me one question I'd studied properly. What are you wearing that for? Somebody died?
This, George, is my little black dress.
Oh, going out then?
I've been. A reception in fashionable Dockland. Old friend from university.
Yes, well, no, that is, don't we?
I met a tycoon today. Called Richard Pelling, who is a very handsome man, and very full of himself, and who has offered us a contract.
Contract?
600 a week for you, 200 a week office expenses, that is me, and all travel first class.
Travel? Where?
Oh, Rome, Montreal, Peking, Bolivia.
Bolivia? What's the case?
Well, Pelling is in the international market, George. You know the kind of thing. Wheat to Russia, rice to Nicaragua, gold to Geneva. So he's vulnerable.
So he gets himself a bodyguard.
Mm-hmm. But he doesn't know how. So he wants us to examine his lifestyle, his potential enemies.
Look, love, bodyguards aren't in my line, not even for millionaires.
Are you expecting anything?
Mr. G. BULMAN. Who wants him? It's a package. Yeah. Sign here.
What is it?
Probably a bomb.
Who would want to blow you up? Apart, of course, from the entire Scroops family. And, of course,
Yes,
always
all
that...
right, all right. I get the picture.
Tell you much?
Well, it's not saying tick-tock, tick-tock.
You be careful, George. You know how good I am at first aid.
What is this?
Money.
Mr. BULMAN, when Lucy told me all about you, I knew you were the right man for the job. Please find enclosed £4,000 being your first month's fee. I hope you're not offended, but I believe in putting my money on the table. Come with me tomorrow at 10. It's signed Dick Pellin. Good note paper and expensive watermark.
I think that's our best fee yet.
Miss McGinty, this is not a fee. This is simply a box of money which I can't, and you can't, in all honesty, earn.
Oh, come on, George. Stop being so sanctimonious.
Look, we're getting a good name for ourselves, but this is not the way to go. Eye on the ball, Lucy.
I think we've just had a board meeting. I'll take the money back.
No, we both will. There's no point in being rude to your friend, and I can put him in touch with the Gen people.
That tea'll be cold.
Hello? What's all this thing?
You like Richard, George? He's almost as pompous as you are.
Yeah. Ah, you look busy, Jim.
Watch your jaws, won't mess up there.
What's in the frame?
Murder most foul. You'll find more brains up there than bleeding mastermind.
Who's the victim?
Pelling. Richard Anthony Pelling. Excuse me.
Who'll be handling this one, then?
D.S. Turpin's in charge, but he's tied up with the Marleybone waiters killing.
Ah. What do you know about Pelling?
Just what you said. Residences all over the place. Bahamas, Monaco, Hong Kong, Los Angeles.
Any sign of a break-in?
George, what is your interest?
Well, he offered me a job.
Good Missoula?
Yeah. I turned it down. Who's handling his estate? Only I've got some documents to return.
Leave him with me. Okay. Call me in the morning. Things are a bit iffy right now. Poor bastard. Pity you couldn't have got here a bit sooner.
I don't see why you couldn't have got me into the scene of the crime, George. I mean, how am I supposed to learn?
Lucy, a human being is dead up there. You were with him at lunchtime. Quite a nice bloke with the sound of his letter to me.
All right, I'm sorry.
But this is not a bloody game, girl. I am not Batman, and you are not Robin. One of God's creatures, all right? Not a jolly good chance for some forensic experience. And you didn't even lock the car.
Business is doing all right, is it?
No, I was more on my toes today, Jack. I've been $4 grand the richer, and with a live gleam tonight. Let's go in there.
Is this Helling business?
As if you didn't know.
Yeah. The bloke knew by all accounts. Someone was gunning for it. Listen, all right if I have a word with Lucy, get a statement.
Thought this was Moisha Turpin's case.
Well, you don't want them nosing around you and your apprentice, do you?
Are you coppering me, Jack?
Good idea.
I've got all this money I want to pay back to the estate.
$4 grand.
Yeah, but I can't find anybody that wants to know. Even the lawyers say pass. Look, here's the letter.
Looks like you're under an obligation.
To do what?
You know what.
Who let you in anyway?
Young copper over there. All I said was evening all.
I'll have his balls.
Yeah. See, he knew. He hired himself an investigator. Is this the... Look, so long as we catch whoever topped him, right? Right. Right, then.
Good morning.
Hermetic banjos times 3.
3?
Yeah, I'm Ravenous, Tom McGinty's girl. Been doing some work for a change. Well, get the kettle on.
Tea's made. What sort of work?
Oh, I've been round the murder gaff, clocking the scene there. This is domestic. The investigation's in trouble.
What investigation's that?
Well, I've been thinking. Your friend Pelling asked me for help. If I hadn't been so ruddy pompous, he might still be with us.
So now we take the case.
Yeah, well, he's paid us.
Just talk through the end there. That's much better. I'm sure if we through the end. The beginning's okay. I think we really get the end a lot tighter. We get those walks tight, finish on the 8, and we get it all. Aerobics classes are upstairs.
No. I'm looking for Fiona McPherson.
Yeah, so are we, darling. If you see her, let us know. Listen, let's go back to the beginning again, and then work on those, get all those walks really cleaned up. Yeah, over here, please, Stu. Over. Come on. All right. Anyway, you're not Scottish.
No, but my grandmother was born in Bengal.
Come on, let's get it right, yeah? That's better. That's better. Is Fiona having problems?
Richard's dead.
Oh, she'll be sad. Come on, again, please.
What? Sad? Just sad?
You know Fiona. That's good.
No, well, I didn't know her that well. I'm just working for the Pelling estate.
I'm sorry, I thought you were somebody else. Come on, over here. That's good. Keep your
when did you last see her?
Sharp head. Sharp head.
When did you last see her?
Must have been yesterday. We were working in the afternoon from 3 till 7. Sebastian didn't come and pick her up. Come on, let's talk. Come on, get on with the work. Come on.
Where did she go?
I've got a horrible feeling she went down to the High Moon. That's good, Leslie.
What happens there?
Come on, now listen, get this right. Come on, get...
Richard Pelling was murdered. Brutally.
It's where people go. It's where people go who've got a habit.
Thank you.
I don't handle that, darling.
I'm not from the vat, Elsie. I'm looking for information.
We open at 12, we close at 3, we open at 6, we close at 1, the wallpaper's green, the menu's on the counter. End of information.
The drug squad's busting you at 9 p.m.
How do you know?
Because I'm going to phone them. Your black coffee's off. Stand still, sunshine. My name is BULMAN, George K. I eat little boys like you for breakfast. No, I am not the VAT man, neither am I the law, nor yet the customs and excise. But all of these people will pick at this high moon till the Gulag Archipelago will seem a welcome relief. Gerald Robert Minter of 836B Fulham Palace Road, unless you answer me fully, truthfully, and politely. Now, when did you last see Fiona McPherson?
Last night.
Who was she with?
Just the crowd.
Where is she now?
I don't know. 2 detectives come in earlier. But what's she done?
What's her habit?
She's supposed to be taking the cure.
And people like you help her not to.
Well, she's a big girl.
Did she ever come in here with Richard?
Plenty of Richards.
This Richard?
Once. He came in with a man in a chauffeur's uniform. They pulled Fiona out, somebody got punched. That's the man.
Her phone number's on the back. Give me a ring if you hear where she is.
And what's in it for me, darling?
Peace of mind. What, you Snowy? How's your feet?
What do you want?
Oh, quick look at forensics. Chat with a quack.
Why?
You know why.
George, you're not entitled.
Oh, come on, mate. Do us a favour. I mean, we're both after the same results.
Yeah, well, I've got a machine behind me, and you can't play.
This one's different. You know it and I know it.
Different? You know how many citizens get found every week with their heads bashed in?
Not millionaires. Not with mafia connections.
What gives you that idea?
Well, you've ruled out robbery and domestic, huh?
Well, if I have, it's still a big jump to the mafia. And what's the mafia when it's at home?
Pelling was in fear of his life. He wanted to mind her. I told you that.
And?
Can I see the autopsy notes?
George, withholding evidence is a crime. Section 36 Criminal Justice Act, in case you forgot.
Would I do that? Would I?
It's not personal. But if you get in my way in this, I'll hit you with the system.
Thanks, Jim. You've been a great help.
Okay, thank you.
Enjoy.
The dancer's disappeared.
Food's ready, Ma.
Yeah, but she's got an alibi. She was dancing when it happened, rehearsing.
Could be a jealous lover.
Yeah. Yeah, could be. D.I. Snow's getting dead possessive about this one.
Well, Pelling did business with everyone, from the Russians to the Vatican. So maybe the mafia.
Yeah. I told Snow that.
How did you know?
I didn't. Made it up.
Sauce?
Yes, please.
How was the morgue?
Chilly. Snow threw me out.
Well, to hell with the details.
Yeah, but see, until I know the forensic details, I'm whistling in the bleeding dark.
So we break in.
Miss McGinty, this time last year, I was a senior officer in the Metropolitan Police. Do you know what you're suggesting?
So breaking in is ruled out.
Not necessarily. Pelling, RM. Severe contusions, lower left mandible, lacerations to face and scalp caused by heavy blunt instrument. Blows on left temple and right rear cranium structure in front and then behind, which caused complex reduction of skull and severe damage to right side of brain.
Found some forensic samples marked RMP.
Right, photograph them, especially the labels. Well, Mr. Pelling, I hope I earn your money. What's all this then now? Mental colour chart 5, YR oblique valve 7 oblique chroma 8. Oh, what's all this then? What is it?
Come on, George. Been in here long enough.
Yeah, hang on, just a minute. No traces of this soil was found on the victim's shoes. Well, Lucy, this has been an excellent night's work.
George, give me one good reason why I shouldn't run you in.
Old times.
Wrong answer.
So, what's the score? Did you break anything?
No.
Any locks, any windows?
We're not amateurs.
Oh, yeah? So why didn't you bypass the alarm system?
We'd have had to damage the wiring.
Did you nick anything?
Oh, come on.
Didn't even turn on the lights, so I can't pinch you for stealing electricity.
Jack, we were like ghosts in there.
One night, a ghost got into Thurber's house.
Yeah. And it caused him so much trouble, he wished he'd gone back to bed and let it keep on walking.
How's the BA going?
I missed 2 exams today, Jack. On account of this nonsense, so I suppose it's playing George Bullman's student for another year.
Will you thank whatever God you pray to is not plain George Bullman convict? And if you find Pelling's murderer, would you mind letting the Metropolitan Police Department know?
Thanks, Jack. Owe you one.
What's the medieval for bugger off?
Much the same.
So do it.
Fiona McPherson. Sounds like an extra for Brigadoon.
I'm awful sorry about you here. It was my partner that did it.
Aye, well, he's a thug. face.
I could get him back here. Would you like that?
She's gone back to the rehearsal studio.
Good boy.
Just keep him out of here. This is a respectable place.
Thank you, Mr. Pike. That will be all.
Dear, oh dear. Bit ropey on the old Triassic rock formations.
I think it's time for a drink.
I'll talk about it.
See you in the pub.
Yeah.
Ah, our English scholar.
Dr. Allison.
That's me. How did your Inglet go?
About the same as my geomorphology. I wonder, could you give me some professional advice, Doctor?
What, geomorphology?
No, soil, actually. I'm trying to identify a particular type of soil.
Oh, well, you've come to the right place, then. Doubtless you've read my geomorphology and pedology of the arid and semi-arid regions of Central Asia.
Not, I must confess, up to this present moment in
Haven't you?
time now. Yeah, tell me, what can you tell me about this?
Let's have a look. Soil A horizon, that's the surface soil, right? Sandy texture, traces of copper and iron oxide, high in organic matter. Well, it's got a high sodium concentration. The salt crystals are intact. And it's also got some phosphatic deposits. That's bird shit. So it's probably by the sea. An island, maybe? Yeah, Sicily, Malta, Jersey, Orkneys, that sort of thing.
Okay, boys, I want you to know
Look, I'm really sorry about Richard.
Yeah, you would have made out well there.
Oh, come on. Why did he pull you out of the high moon that day?
Of course. You're a detective.
I'm working at it.
Sure, he pulled me out of the moon. Richard Pelling was that kind of guy.
What kind of guy?
He liked to save people from themselves.
For himself.
What kind of a stupid question's that?
I'm a fairly new detective.
It shows.
Lambie must have dug this up from the Clyde. You know that soil from the forensic report? Came off an island. Like, would you believe, Sicily?
I found the dancer.
Ah, beginning to think that she'd OD'd.
No, she's using this stuff. But apparently, Pelling was trying to get her off it. He spent a bomb in the most expensive cures. That's why he wouldn't let her travel without the chauffeur.
Ah. So that's why they pulled her out of the High Moon Cafe.
So, maybe some heroin pusher killed him.
Well, because he deprived them of the custom of one little dancing girl. No, that's hardly possible. Now, if she didn't have an alibi...
Oh, but she has. She's quite a nice kid under all the brass and lip. She's going to need help when Pelling's death hits her.
As long as she doesn't get it out of a needle.
Well, she hasn't got any family to turn to. There's just her father. He lives in Lewis.
Where's that?
He seed. The Outer Hebrides. He's hardly ever been off the island.
Off the what?
Island.
If it's agricultural implements, I'm afraid your journey has been in vain.
No. No, it's not agricultural implements, Mr. McPherson.
As for insurance, well, that's all spoken for already.
No, it's not insurance either.
Will you be from Glasgow?
No. Why do you ask?
It's just you have a kind of foreign accent.
Ah, yes, it's London, actually.
London, is it? So you are not selling agricultural equipment?
No. No, I'm not.
I'm thinking you're not the selling type, Mr. Bullman. You've not come all this way just to admire the view and make my acquaintance.
I have a debt to pay. Mr. McPherson, I'm not of the mind to abuse your natural good manners. So I wonder if maybe we should discuss the matter I came for outside. I don't think I can do so while sharing your food.
As you wish.
Your daughter, Fiona.
I wondered if it was about Fiona.
What age was she when she left?
14. She went to study at the Royal College of Ballet. What a dancer she was. It was like keeping a fawn for a house dog.
So you set her free?
I have a cousin, Kathleen, lives in Twickenham. Fiona wrote every week.
How did you know that she'd stopped going to ballet school?
It was the letters. She had lost her innocence.
Yes, people do.
but not like that.
Letters? Only letters? Did somebody tell you? What made you sure?
They have the television at the Red Inn.
And you saw her?
There she was. My child from my home. And all our love and patient hope gone to waste.
What did you do?
Are you a father, Mr. Bullman? I buried my wife last June. And I realized I wanted Fiona to come back home. When she didn't, I went down to London.
And you went to your cousin's house, Kathleen?
Aye.
And you found that Fiona didn't live there anymore?
Yes. Kathleen gave me the address.
But she wasn't there?
She was not.
She was with Richard Pelling?
She was.
Did you confront them?
No, I did not.
Why?
It is her own life, Mr. Bullman. I would not have embarrassed the girl.
So what did you do?
I waited around her rooms. I found the place where she practiced. I sat in a den called the High Moon.
And you learnt that she was an addict?
I did.
And you wanted to punish the man responsible?
I wanted to speak to him. Ask him to stop filling my daughter with heroin.
And on Tuesday, the 9th of this month, about 3:30 p.m., you went to his new gallery?
I did.
And what happened?
He started to laugh.
And you killed him?
BULMAN. So did you tell him that the fellow he murdered was trying to save his daughter, not corrupt her?
Would you?
What now?
Well, I'll have to find the girl.
So what are you going to say to her?
Jack, I don't know.
Do you want me to find her for you?
Nah. There's some things you've got to do yourself.
George, no man is an island.
Don't you believe it?